We're getting wild on the Mountain Morning Show right now with Stefanie Zwygart, the Education Director at the Ogden Nature Center. We have a lot of cool things to be talking about. I feel like we should start with the obvious. All of these furs and skins.
Yes.
What is this for?
So we have a lot of really cool programs going on at the Nature Center right now. One of them that a lot of people aren't really aware of is we have a preschool program, both for like you can come in as a group, so preschools can arrange to come in, or you can come in as an individual if you just have your child at home and you're like, we want to do something fun.
Yeah, go learn something new.
Yeah, we're learning about mammals in winter. So we're talking all about deer and elk and moose and wolves and just a little bit about everything and how animals move, everything from the tiny little mice that make little tunnels in the snow.
Do we have a little mouse skin?
I don't. I didn't bring any mice skin. We actually have some at the Nature Center.
Do,
yeah,
I bet.
we do. But I didn't bring any. I brought kind of the eye-catching, you know, the stuff the kids love.
Clearly eye-catching.
Yes, our gray wolf. The kids love it. The size comparison between something like that and our little red fox, which we do have on the property, it's a lot smaller, obviously.
Well, and the size comparison to these kids too.
Because way over their head.
Preschool
Yeah.
age. I mean, what ages do you see mostly?
Mainly 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Yeah, but we'll get them as young as 2, 1.
Really? So you can kind of bring anyone who's not in school.
If you know, if you've got a kid that's into it and you're like, I need something to do, this is something to do. Even my little ones love it. They think it's adorable. You know.
So let's go through the skins.
Yeah.
Just treat me like a preschooler. Just do it.
So this is actually a rabbit. So you're looking at
like the white hair.
Yeah. Well, this is a little different species, but we use it to talk about snowshoe hares. And so snowshoe hares actually can change color. In the summertime, they're a grayish brown color, and then in the winter they turn white. And
see, I had no idea.
We talk about that for camouflage and how it helps them stay alive, right? So rabbits, we also bring out one of our live rabbits, and they've got large feet, so they have like their own snowshoes kind of built in, and so we talk about the use of that and being able to get away from predators and stuff like that. So cool
for the kids. I mean, I'm in awe, and I'm not 3 years old, so I imagine a 3-year-old is just like, whoa!
It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and we read stories. We do a lot of gross motor skills and fine motor skills, and
so cool.
It's an hour program, and we get a lot in there. This is actually a beaver pelt, and this one's really neat. I love the beaver pelts because if you feel it, it's actually got 2 different types of fur.
Coat,
can you feel it?
The soft and fuzzy, and then like the kind of coarse.
Yeah, so you have this kind of coarse fur on top, and this is actually like a waterproof coating.
So cool.
So it's like wearing a raincoat, right?
Yeah.
And beavers need that because they're living in the water. It is cold, and then you have that really fine kind of warmth fur.
What a cool way to learn about the animals.
Yeah, and what they do. Do you know what beavers do in winter?
No.
So they're
not building dams?
They're not building dams in winter. They're actually they're not hibernators, and are not true hibernators, but they can't usually get up. So if you think about, you just had Swanner here talking about your wetlands and things like that. I know you have beavers up here. And the ponds freeze over, and they can't get up. So they actually store sticks and things to eat down underneath because their lodge sits on top of the land, but their opening is actually to the water. So they keep their little opening open. They can get down, and they basically store it like a little refrigerator.
Oh my
they store some sticks so they can eat, and they have to. Their teeth grow continuously.
And that's really why they're always
they have to be. They can't hibernate.
Wood.
I mean, if they hibernated, their teeth would continue to grow. They have to
curl under their chins.
Yeah,
yes.
It would be dangerous. So, so kind of some unique things that mammals do in winter and movement, and we talk about tracks and patterns and things like that. We've got a coyote pelt here, so a little bit bigger than your red fox.
It always surprises me how small coyotes really are.
They really are. A lot of people think of them wolf size, you know, and they're not. They're really actually small.
Because the coat too, you think it looks like a wolf. Let's talk about the wolf.
Yes.
Where did this wolf come from?
It was actually donated by an individual about 2 years ago, and I don't know the backstory on how they actually got the wolf itself.
I wonder if
but we have very special permits to have it. Probably not. So, there's some really unique stories about the wolf and kind of their reintroduction into Yellowstone and how they're moving. And there has been wolves spotted in Utah.
Even though we like to say that they're not, right? Because I've been hearing for years, there's no wolves in Utah.
And there isn't.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. They've been tracked here. So they have been radio collared here, but they haven't been like an established pack has not been proven
That's good to hear.
in Utah. Yeah, well, they're actually really good to have around. I know we think of wolves as kind of scary, and a lot of stories, Big Bad Wolf, Little Red
Right,
Riding Hood, you
right.
know, and a lot of stories pertaining to the wolf, but they're really a great thing to have around. Wolf packs are, number one, very intelligent, and they go after kind of the weak and the sick and the young in a herd. So they really do a good job.
They strengthen the herd?
They do. They strengthen.
That's one way to look at it.
I know.
I like looking at it like
they
that.
They strengthen elk and deer populations because they're getting rid of the kind of the old and the sick and the weak, and that's the easy ones to take out. So that's what they do. And so you're creating a stronger population. These are apex predators, and apex predators are important in the balance of nature. So
I really like your way of thinking about it. That'll change my perspective and I feel a little better about it.
I know.
So this
we all
is
have kind of opinions on, there's certain things about beavers that they can, be called a nuisance animal too, and they can, and we can't have them at the nature center because our property's too small. It's only 152 acres, which doesn't seem very small, but for a beaver family, it is very small. They'll take out all our native trees. So it's, there's all about balance. Obviously, we can't have them at the nature center, and we don't have any apex predators like wolves or even mountain lions. But they're important in the environment and where it can be sustained. So it's a balance.
Let's talk about dates real fast.
Yeah.
When can a 3-year-old come and meet all of these animals?
February 26th and 27th. And so the end of the month, we have some preschool programs, 9:30, 11, and 1. You do have to pre-register.
Okay.
It's really important because they fill up.
You can do that on your website.
You can do that on our website. You can give us a call either way, but they fill up, and we would hate for you to come down and be denied entrance.
Right.
So we want to make sure everybody gets in.
Well, I don't want the preschool program to overshadow the Valentine's program. Let's talk about Valentine's Day at the Ogden Nature Center.
Yeah, on February 14th this year. It doesn't fall on that date all the time. But February 14th, we have our Wild Wednesday. So every Wednesday is wild at the Nature Center. We do some type of program at 3:45 for participants. So it's free with admission. So if you're a member, you can come for free, and if you are not, you can just pay general admission, which is $5 for adults, $3 for children.
Not bad.
No, and you can come to a program, and we bring out animals and do all kinds of fun stuff. And Valentine's Day is our wild romance. So we talk about weird things that animals do in nature. So it's clean, I promise. This is you can bring your kids, but
it's rated G.
It's rated G. Great. But we have some creatures here that we'll let you hold up. We'll just do these two. We'll let you pick. So one of these birds actually creates a nest using their regurgitated pellets.
Yum.
Yeah, and it's attractive, so
Very. The owl?
It is the owl,
the owl.
Yeah. They regurgitate pellets, all the things they can't digest, and they use it
for their nest.
Barn owl uses it for her nest,
Wow. And then interesting thing, too, are you guys talking about mating with these animals? Some birds mate for life.
Some birds do, yeah. So eagles are a really great example of that, but as long as both survive. But they'll mate for life. They'll come back
that's the sweetest
they'll
thing.
build on the same nest year after year.
On their regurgitated nest.
Well, eagles, but
All right, and that's on Valentine's Day. What time?
So that's 3:45.
3:45. And free for members, really cheap for non-members, $3 to $5, really. What a fun Valentine's Day, and really fun also for the 3-year-olds who get to come and meet all these animals and learn about their winter activities.
Yes.
Stefanie, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for
I might steal the wolf from my house. Is that okay?
It would be a problem, yes. You don't have a permit.
A little bit of an issue. Well, guys, don't miss out on these events. Valentine's Day at the Nature Center, and, of course, preschool the 26th and 27th.
Yes.
Register online. Don't miss out on these awesome events at the Ogden Nature Center this month. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, we have a lot more coming up on the Mountain Morning Show. Katie Wang is here to talk about the movies that are going to be showing this weekend. Stay tuned.